What's good, you Marks? This is NWO Kai. This is the Pull Apart Pod, and we got my boy Complex in the building.
What's up? What's up? How everybody doing?
All right, we got a few topics we're going to talk about. We got Elimination Chamber coming up this weekend. We got the Ricky Stanks situation in NXT, and we also are going to talk about what is our favorite era in professional wrestling. Let's start with favorite era in professional wrestling.
All right. So my favorite era, me personally, I would say it's the ruthless aggression era. And I know to a lot of fans of WWE, they say it's the attitude era, which is very understandable. I feel like it's definitely a good debate. And I may be being biased, but the reason I say ruthless aggression is just because I feel like most of the talent, well, I'm not even going to say most, a lot of the talent and a lot of the memories that we have that people around my age of like 27 and within that Aries range, you remember so much of that. And it's so much great matches that came from it. I do see the other side of it. I do see a lot of people say ruthless aggression had a lot of silly stuff going on in it. But I feel like that silly stuff was what made it fun for us to watch. Like the fact that we bring up Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero fighting for dominant of custody is so stupid. It's the fact that it's funny, and the fact that we have dominant wrestling now, it's just like, it seems like a full circle moment because now this is going to happen. Like, we didn't know Dominant was going to end up being our whole wrestler.
One of the biggest heels in the game.
Yeah, and it's like, he's just so natural with it. He's so good at it. And he got my girl Liv Morgan. I'm jealous. Hey, doing him, and it's like I said, ruthless aggression. I feel like it's that roster, bro. You had John Cena, the Randy Ortons, all of them. Like, I just feel like that's like, again, the best era in my opinion.
I would like to agree with you on that one. It was you just had to be there type shit moment. I remember so much from 2002. I want to say, was it 2007, 06? When did Ruthless Aggression era end?
When did that shit end?
All right, let me Google it real quick.
Like around 2010, it probably did.
Ruthless. I think the HD era started in 2008. Let's see. When did the Ruthless Aggression era? Time frame 2002 to 2008. Memories I remember of watching wrestling was back in 2002, and I remember watching Serial to the Raw. I caught it like at the right time. I remember watching SmackDown, the very first episode that I remember watching SmackDown. I made a YouTube short about this as well. It was the episode of SmackDown will start off with Kurt Angle versus Mark Henry, Brock Lesnar, who just won the King of the Ring, who got a title shot to fight The Rock at SummerSlam for the Undisputed title. He came out, beat up Mark Henry, got Kurt Angle disqualified, and then Kurt, he went to the back to confront Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar was like, this is the guy who's going to fight The Rock at SummerSlam. And I remember a young John Cena. I remember Edge versus Chris Jericho in the steel cage. I remember The Rock and Hulk Hogan versus the Americans in a tag team match for the tag team titles at the time. And I want to say Brock Lesnar interfered with that match. Yeah, Brock Lesnar was all over the show. That was such a greatly booked episode of SmackDown, in my opinion. I actually sat there and rewatched the episode like 2 years ago. Oh yeah, that episode was the debut of Rey Mysterio. He had beaten Chavo Guerrero, and then he was walking backstage, and he looked at Tess Funny, who was part of Un-Americans, and Tess like slammed him against the wall. Also the whole episode, there was like an art trying to figure out. Kurt Angle was on the phone talking to someone named Eric, and we were trying to figure out who the hell he talking on the phone is. Was he talking to Eric Bischoff, the Raw general manager? So, I remember Stephanie McMahon. This, I think, is one of the first few episodes of her being general manager, and then Stephanie McMahon, she saw Edge. I think she was trying to stop Edge from leaving her. I can't remember, but that's when she made a match, Edge versus Chris Jericho. And then I remember a young John Cena. He was talking trash about the Un-Americans, and like he was like, it was like America sucks. They should be saying, please fix my tea. And then I think Tess came out of nowhere. Shout out John Cena. Edge versus Chris Jericho from the Steel Cage match. The Un-Americans came out to help Chris Jericho. Then John Cena came out to help. And then Rey Mysterio jumped off the steel cage onto the Un-Americans. I want to say Chris Jericho won the match. And then at the end of the episode, you see Stephanie McMahon like walking to the parking lot and like as a limo, and she knocked on the limo and Eric Bischoff's piece his ugly ass head out the top of it. This nigga was like talking to like the superstar that he stole from SmackDown, and he just drove off. Stephanie McMahon just looked amazed like what happened, and then like you just see Kurt Angle behind, and then Kurt Angle like, dang, what was all that about? And Stephanie McMahon just looking shocked. She was like, bro, I thought that was you with Eric. And Stephanie McMahon was like, yeah, what are you talking to someone named Eric on the phone? And Kurt was like, yeah, my brother Eric. And Stephanie McMahon was like, you're right here, that who's in that car? It turned out Chris Jericho was the guy he stole for Monday Night Raw. Yeah, that was a 2002 episode of SmackDown. Like, it was the build-up to SummerSlam, which is arguably, since we're talking about this, like, the build-up to that SummerSlam was arguably one of the greatest build-ups to a wrestling event of all time. Like SummerSlam 2002, I could honestly say I could sit there and rewatch that pay-per-view as if that shit's a fucking movie. Cause like the fucking card was fucking amazing. And then you had like Brock Lesnar, like 2002, like that was Brock Lesnar's year. Like the ruthless aggression, that shit made stars, bro. Like I don't like people would say whatever attitude era this, attitude era that, but the ruthless aggression era, you had the Roger John Cena, A-Grub becoming champion, Batista, goddamn Randy Orton. You had like Edge ascend to the main event. You had like Triple H and his Reign of Terror. You had like wacky ass stuff. You had like Undertaker becoming the dead man again. Like,
see, the crazy thing is like, I started watching wrestling, I think it was late. Like, I'm going to say, what ECW was that where John Cena came in and they hated him and they eat his shit back out of the game? Was that One Night Stand?
Yeah, that was One Night Stand. Yeah, I was One Night Stand. I just can't remember. I think it had to have been the second one. It had to have been the second one before it made it to like a regular WWE event.
Okay, so around that era, I think that's when I started watching wrestling. Like, I never got to see The Rock wrestle on TV. I never got to see Brock Lesnar. Crazy enough, I never seen him wrestle me and shit. But I knew who the people were because like my brother and his friend, they would always play the wrestling like games on the system and shit. But I never knew who these people were and shit like that. So my first time, crazy enough, seeing The Rock wrestle was when he wrestled John Cena.
Hey, let me tell you more about Brock Lesnar's crazy ass rookie year. He debuted at the end of not debut at the end. I'm lit right now. He debuted the night after Mania before they made the Raw after Mania like a big deal. But he debuted. He won the King of the Ring, the Fight the Rock at SummerSlam. Oh yeah, and also too, like there's an episode of SmackDown leading up to SummerSlam where like Hulk Hogan was trying to become WWE champion again, and he had to fight Brock Lesnar to get Brock Lesnar spot. Boy, that nigga Brock Lesnar, boy, that man, he put Hulk Hogan in a pack, boy, and then he had made Hulk Hogan bleed, and like he just smeared his blood on his chest, and cause like The Rock and Hulk Hogan, it was like click clicked up after this time. So this was like after WrestleMania X8 where Rock versus Hogan, and whatnot. And like, so they was like, still clicked up and like buddy. So like, that was like to get The Rock. And then like that episode of Raw, Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman coming to Raw, and I remember Brock Lesnar wearing a Hulkamania shirt. Yeah, the Triple H and Shawn Michaels feud at SummerSlam. Well, they're going for Bianca attacking Jade. They're taking inspiration from this one particular storyline back in 2002 with HDK and Triple H. Someone attacked Shawn Michaels in the parking lot, and Triple H was like trying.
And then I didn't feel like that storyline is going right now.
I'm being real with you. Like I haven't been watching SmackDown consistently. Like I'll watch one week and then I'll watch the next week, and then if I watch the following week, I'll probably like miss like the first 30 minutes of the show, and probably watch an hour and then go to sleep because like damn, that's a 3 hour episode of SmackDown.
I'm the same way like with Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. Like I'm catching it. Like if I go home and watch it back on Netflix, I will. But for the most part, I'm just catching all the highlights and seeing what people are saying and everything.
Yeah, I can't watch every single one. I got life. But I think it's like when John Cena first debuted, they were just starting about him. I just couldn't put my finger on Paul. I became a fan of him before the like the thought of Doug and Allen. He was like wearing like tights and stuff like that. And I remember watching the episode. Oh yeah, like you just making me remember so much stuff about this era. A side note, following week of SmackDown after what I just told you about, right? There was I think John Cena versus T who could not we can't name Chris Benoit, I think, right? I want to say no, it wasn't. It wasn't that. It was like a couple weeks after that because Stingray Man got her lit back and got Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, and like those two was like teaming up with Kurt Angle, and they had wrestled Edge, Rey Mysterio, and John Cena. Yeah, this was the build up. This was like also towards the build up of SummerSlam because like this was like Stingray Man get her lit back for her them taking Chris Jericho because I think she took Brock Lesnar from Raw. Yeah, I think that's what happened. And oh yeah, man, like that era was so freaking goated. Like Kane debut, well not debut, returns, to help Booker T and Goldust. I want to say at this SummerSlam.
And one thing I want to say about Kane is, I'm sorry, the unmasked Kane in the Ruthless Aggression era is the best version of Kane to me. There are a lot of people say the masked Kane in the Attitude Era was the best one, but Kane unmasked. I mean, and like I said, I may be being biased because this is the only version of Kane that I saw like actively at the time, but he was very fearful. Like I know, like early, but by that time, exactly. He was, and the fact the movie See No Evil, I really thought this nigga was real. I thought Kane was scary. I was more scared of Kane than a boogeyman, and especially when Kane had that Inferno match with MVP and he lit him on fire. I was like, this he got to be stopped.
Oh no, like when Kane had sat down interfere with Undertaker and Vince McMahon at Survivor Series 2000. And Kane had buried Undertaker and like Vince McMahon like was all bloody and stuff there. And I think this was when Undertaker came back as the dead man. And he was just saying mind tricks with Kane like for like a couple of weeks before WrestleMania. And then we saw Undertaker WrestleMania come back out as the dead man. I was like, bruh. But that the ruthless aggression era, yeah, like like I experienced the ruthless aggression era, like the Attitude Era. I vaguely remember episodes of WWF Raw and WCW. Longest memory that I remember watching wrestling was in 2002 when I first started watching it, and I was hooked. Like the cringiness of it, the great storylines, the violence, the action, the wrestling, like the Ruthless Aggression era was lit. Me personally, I thought, well, I could say, let me speak with bias as well. I feel like I appreciate SmackDown better than Raw, cause like I had like, cause like
Ruthless Aggression, yeah.
well like all right, so when I first started watching wrestling in 2002, I had cable, and like there was a period where I didn't have cable, so I couldn't keep up what was going on in Raw. This has probably been like 03, 04. But I was able to watch SmackDown because I had an antenna, and I was able to get UPN. So like I was always watching that. Yeah,
You would put it.
like that's when like you had Saturday Night Heat and you had Velocity. Like those are. Yeah, I remember watching. But I had a lit ass. I used to have a lit ass Saturday, boy. Like I would think they so much off topic, but it's just a big ass nostalgia rush right now. Like I remember Saturdays would be lit. You had Fox Kids, then you had Kids WB, and then you had Adult Swim, and then before Adult Swim, you had Velocity, and then Adult Swim came on with Saturday Night Anime. That shit was dope. Goodness gracious, man, I'm getting old. Oh boy, what like now that like the ruthless aggression era, like well, let me just say this, like closing statements on this era. I feel like the great era of all time in professional wrestling is the Jet Deals. Like I feel like it's a Jet Deal because like everybody has their own little like reason why this era made them feel some type of way. They may fancy this era over the others because they have more memories of this era. This era like you just remember all types of stuff like what I'm doing right now with this nostalgia rush. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like it's a like I'll met older dudes that watch wrestling and like they'll say like the 80s was like the peak era. Like some people say the 90s was the peak era. Some say the attitude era was the peak era. We say the ruthless aggression era was the peak era because we experienced it and like, you know, they this, that, and the third. But I also want to say this, like even if you don't fancy certain eras, like, you know, I appreciate, you know, certain aspects of it. And like also like eras that we took for granted while they were currently going on. I enjoy that. I love that people are like starting to realize that hey, it all wasn't mid. Like some of this was actually pretty, you know, pretty good shit. Like I'm appreciating the '08, the 2010 era of wrestling a lot more better as time goes by.
Yeah, the 2010 era definitely had it. Like, I don't want to say it's underrated, overrated. I feel like it's right there. I just think people talk too bad about it.
Well, you said I said '08 and '08 to 2010, but for the sake of your for what you guys say, yeah, let's say '08 through the 2010s. Let's say that. Yeah, go ahead. You said go ahead, talk your shit.
I do think the '08 to 2010s has one of the lowest moments, in my opinion, for the WWE. Besides 2019.
Let me just say this. Let me just say this though. Like I appreciate everything that happened with the Shield around that era though. Like with the shit, the first
Shield changed everything for the WWE.
yeah, the Shield era. Hold on, let me get back to that. The Shield era and the SmackDown live era from like 2016 to like mid 2017. Like SmackDown Live was lit. Well, that little era of when like WWE changed it up in 2016 when you started having like more indie wrestlers and like people coming in and keeping their names and like it like AJ Styles like the first person that comes to mind that era is AJ Styles. When you think of AJ Styles, like you don't think it like you think of him as a TNA guy, but like at the same time you don't have that stigma that he rubbed that stigma off. You felt like you get what I'm saying. And honestly, at this point, I want to say he's been in with WWE longer than he was with TNA.
Which version do you think is better?
Of for starters, AJ Styles, no Diddy had no business looking that good. Pause. Being in his late fucking 40s, as
Oh yeah.
like I fuck with AJ Styles. Like AJ Styles would do no wrong. He's a good old Georgia boy. I fell in love with AJ Styles. Pause and TNA. When I first started watching TNA, bro, like, and then I found out that nigga was in like the last year the WCW. Yeah, but like I like AJ Styles, like the young AJ Styles, and he can do all the moves and stuff like that. Like that's cool. And like AJ Styles always will have like no matter what era of AJ Styles, he will all well. Well, like some niggas got him beat this era and stuff like that, but it was like a certain point in time that nigga AJ Styles had the coolest boots in the game, the coolest wrestling boots in the game.
Yeah.
But it's pretty eras of AJ Styles. There's the early TNA X Division AJ Styles. There's the um like the fan favorite he getting up there AJ Styles. There's the like Mr. TNA AJ Styles. There's post TNA Bullet Club AJ Styles, and then there's AJ Styles and like popping up in WWE, and then you got current AJ Styles. I would say my favorite era AJ Styles will be 2016 AJ Styles because that was his prime. Like he was red hot when he first came to WWE. Like, because it's just someone said that down. This is AJ Styles. Like, this nigga was TNA, and like in WWE, he has his like they let him keep everything, and it worked. Like he's still fucking there. Like normally, like when you get like back in the day, it was like a WCW guy that was Mr. WCW. They'll come and they like they'll just get fucking buried. But no, AJ Styles like immediately when he got there, like he got put in the program with John Cena. Like honestly, that's one of my favorite eras of wrestling because like those two like is when I think of that era, I think of AJ Styles and John Cena feud. I think of the cruiserweight division. I think of like WWE kind of switching things up, like in a post feud era, whatnot. They just they're switching things up. They're like kind of like trying to opening up their palette, trying to get different types of like you like indie wrestling. We kind of still got indie wrestling NXT. We gonna sign all your indie darlings. You like cruiserweight wrestling? Okay, here we're gonna have a whole fucking cruiserweight division again, and we're gonna give them their own division, which I feel like they bought. And honestly, I would love for them to try a cruiserweight division again, because like that would give some of the smaller guys something to do instead of being jobbers. Um,
So is it just me, or do TNA feel like a developmental brand now?
well, all right, so I guess we could talk about that, but are we done talking about the ruthless aggression? Well, fair errors in wrestling.
Sure. Yeah, you ready to go on?
Okay, all right. So my opinion about TNA working with WWE, I feel like they're using this as an opportunity to scout out future stars and whatnot, and they're kind of using. Yeah, you could say that TNA is a developmental for WWE because for what I see, they're kind of using it as a feeder system because they got Jordan Grace, which is a great call. Shout out to Jordan Grace.
Hmm.
Ryan Olado, like she a fucking unit. Like she like Jordan Grace, like she is a fucking beast. Like don't get me wrong, like she is a fucking absolute unit right now. But damn, but like before she picked up the weights heavy, boy she was dummy thick. But like she was like she was thick, but you could tell that she like like lift weights and shit like that. But damn, boy, like she gonna start in the hopping bar the time chain before like because I was following Jordan Grace for like years. I knew who she was for years. Her like her Mia Yim. I'm glad to see doing good, but I remember seeing Jordan Grace back in like 2018, 2019. That's when I saw like chubby swole white girl, and then like 2 years later, 2 years ago. I see like Jordan Grace again. I'm like, damn, that's Jordan Grace. I'm like, bro, what the heck? I was like, no, she looks fucking great, but damn, like, damn, boy. I'm glad to see my dog loose and NXT though, boy. I'm glad to see that. I'm so glad to fucking see that shit. Oh, and I saw NXT Avengers Day. Where I saw like the last part half of it. Bro, that marriage boy, like over Philly, he got me so because I'm on and off of NXT. Like I look, I see what they doing from a distance and I fucks with it, but I just can't. Me personally, I just can't like watch Raw, NXT, AEW, TNA, SmackDown.
It's too much.
Yeah, it's too much. So like, I'll probably watch Raw only, kill NXT. Like play bingo with it. But I'm just glad to see TNA doing well again. I'm glad to see them back to TNA. I'm glad to finally see TNA and WWE work together because I remember TNA used to take shots at WWE, boy. Like every effort there, boy, every WWE person that they was signed would just come and just throw shade and talk shit about WWE, but years later, those same people end up working for WWE again.
I mean, from what I'm realizing about the business, it be like that. Like it seemed like at some point, unless that wrestler just really stand on their business and be like, I'm never going to WWE. It's like a lot of them end up in WWE at some point in their lifetime, in their wrestling career.
Yeah, I can name, boy, never seen another boy, like, the list goes on. Booker T, like, went to TNA, which is a very, like, the Booker T and TNA was hysterical and entertaining. Let me just say that, he came back in 2011 in the Royal Rumble. Kurt Angle took him a little minute. Honestly, I think he spent more time in TNA than he did in WWE. But like Kurt Angle being Raw general manager during that 2016, 2018 era of WWE. Well, he wasn't there for that long. He was probably there for like a year or two. But like when Kurt Angle was there, like that was a key point. And dang, I want to say something, but I don't want to deviate off topic. But CM Punk. Took him a little minute, 10 years, but he came back. Brock Lesnar left in 2004, came back in I could be wrong, 2013, 2014.
Oh, is that long? It was damn.
Yeah. Let me see who else. Let me see. Kevin Nash at WWE. Oh yeah, Cody Rhodes. I mean, I like it was so crazy seeing Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, but Cody Rhodes, I think, has been in WWE longer than he has been in AEW at this point.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The league, Bret Hart. I remember like Bret Hart, he was talking shit about Triple H, and then he ended up like a couple months later he was on Raw, and then I remember he tweeted, "It's always a pleasure seeing Triple H." It's just crazy where money can make men bury hatchets. That's all I'm saying.
It seemed like Triple H nowadays is really taking that business role. And he been doing that, but it seems he really on some shit like whatever issues we had in the past, we were grown men. That shit don't matter no more. Like I feel like Triple H is kind of like at the point like I'm gonna let you get your grievances out, and then we gonna get back to business. And it's just like that. Cause some wrestlers it's like, bro, y'all been talking shit. Like CM Punk was talking shit.
CM Punk is not no angel.
Yeah. And it's like for Triple H to be like, hey man, like you can come back. Shit, even Cody Rhodes, the first episode of AEW?
Talking well cash money shit.
Yeah, and it's like again, like it's just like, hey man, whatever issues we had, put that shit to the back. You know what I'm saying? Like I know technically I'm your boss, but this can be a mutual relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because it seemed like it's not too much politicking like it was back in the day in the WWE. Vince being wrong.
I feel like Vince McMahon, this is a podcast topic for another day, but I feel like Vince McMahon, like I appreciate Vince McMahon's genius and what he did for the wrestling industry, for better or worse. But at the same time, like he was like a double-edged sword. Like he had the wrestling industry on lock, and this kind of was like in this like own little space for like so long. And like when you sat there and like slowly took out all the competition, like you forced people to watch your product, and that just kind of just drove people to start watching and whatnot. Like WCW was the last stronghold of the territories, because like WCW was a conglomerate, was like came together as like from a bunch of territories and stuff, and it's just the simple fact that like it had like roots of the territories. So like when you sat there and took out WCW, you pretty much like took out like millions of people just start watching wrestling period
Yeah.
and whatnot. And there's people that will never watch wrestling again, because like at that point in time, like they just like said, fuck it, look, I'm Gucci. So I feel like wrestling will never be at the heights it once was, simply because like you took out a bunch of you took out major players and whatnot, and like you force everyone to watch your particular product. I wish I could articulate what I mean, but like
Well, I know exactly what you mean. Like if you're forcing me to watch this, and if I don't want to watch it, I'd rather just not watch shit at all. You know what I'm saying? And you do have the people who just don't like WWE. Like even to this day, you got people that be like, I love AEW. I don't like watching WWE. Like some people just don't click with it. But it's like if you're gonna take out on a competition and you're gonna feel like, oh well, if I take everything for myself, then people have no choice but to watch it. It's gonna be like some people's gonna be like, fuck it, I just not watching it at all.
and that's how I always need to do shit. That's why like March 26, 2001 is considered when WWE bought WCW. That's considered the day pro wrestling died, and just that sentence just put like a tear in my eye, man. Cause like it just like that, like when WCW died, you kill a fan base, you kill jobs, you kill like for people, not just wrestlers, like cameramen, announcers. You kill. Let me see. Well, it wasn't all just a man didn't kill WCW. It was a lot of decisions. Like honestly, it was them mismanaging money. Like the inmates running the asylum. Someone higher up in AOL Time Warner didn't want wrestling on the program anymore. So there's a lot of factors in play. It's not just that Vince McMahon just had a superior product and stuff. WCW just
Under Vince, I think the only thing Vince had in that moment to where he had some play in WCW was money. Like I think when it comes to the WCW not making any money, I mean, well, going like off and shit like that, I think that's WCW's fault. And Vince is just like the one like, hey, I got the money. I could just buy y'all. And it's like, shit, as well, we failing anyways. A bit, like kind of like with ECW with Paul Heyman. Like Paul, like apparently ECW wasn't doing good on its own.
Apparently, Paul Heyman has managed it.
Yeah, and it's like at that point, it's kind of like, hey, I'm a billionaire. Let me buy that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it like, and it's like I feel like it'll be the kind of like the same way with AEW. Like at AEW one day, which honestly if that happened, I would be like surprised as fuck. That would be like a big ass shocker. But AEW get to a point to where they could not do shit on their own anymore and got mismanaged. And Triple H came and was like, hey, I bought AEW. I'll be like, what the fuck? Like, how do y'all keep winning like this? Y'all signed the contract at double or something.
see. I want AEW. We should deviate so off topic from TNA and the feeder system. We won't get back on topic, but I want AEW to do better. Like AEW to me is like that one good friend that can do well. Then you see they have great potential, but they just keep doing stupid ass shit.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be real with you, like I just got through watching this episode of AEW. Like I was like on and off, like working on something, but I was kind of impressed with what they had going on. Like they got this one wrestler named Megan Bayne, like tall, thick as hell. Like I guess she going with the Wonder Woman kind of gimmick. I was like, okay, that's kind of unique, and she kind of fire too. And I kind of like what they did with the women's division this week. They kind of set up they didn't set up a new opponent for Tony Storm, but she pretty much called out like challengers on the roster, and they had like set up earlier in the night with the BBC Death Rider BBC club. Um Marina Shafir, like John Moxley Savage beating up Will Knight, my my female goat right now, Willow Nightingale, sexy ass Willow Nightingale. Uh, Marina Shafir beating up her and whatnot. So there was a lot it was building up, like the women's division a lot, and then like they had uh Chris Statlander versus Megan Bain, and this is female wrestler named Penelope Ford came to help out Megan Bain, and then Thunder Rosa came out to help Chris Statlander. So that was like those three little separate developments on the women's division. That was kind of dope. That's one takeaway I could say of the episode. And Ricochet is dorky ass being a heel.
How do you feel about Ricochet?
And we supposed to be talking about TNA. Okay, next topic. How do I feel about Ricochet? We supposed to be talking about 3 topics and we can talk about more, but it's all Gucci, goddammit, because like it's for the content. But all right, so this is my honest opinion about Ricochet. He was in a very content spot that he do what he stated that do what he told to do. He would have been WWE for a good little minute, but he was probably not happy with what his position is on the card, and decided to go to AEW to test just to like to prove himself and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Me personally, like I feel like that's perfectly fine. Like it's the equivalent of like someone they had a nice little job that's paying the bills and then some, but they want more in life, or they want to, be in a position where they're contributing more, so they want to go, the greener pastures and stuff. Yeah, his first, with his first couple of, months in AEW, it was kind of meh because it was throwing so much at us, like the World Ospreay match and versus him versus Real Ospreay. I feel like, it would give us a lot more time and like story. The match would be fucking fire. But I felt like this is me with the story versus wrestling. The story and wrestling are like 2 pieces on a sandwich. They go hand in hand with with everything. Like you can have a dope ass wrestling match, but there's you got a story to it. But of course, there's also like little fun matches and stuff, like tag team matches or like gimmick matches, like fun little TV gimmick matches and stuff like that. But I feel like you shouldn't be having like a 5-star match of the year contender match on TV with no stakes or just like out of nowhere. That's the but anyway, him turning heel was honestly the best thing he can do. And like I feel like when the Hurt Syndicate had kind of like when he got invited to join Hurt Syndicate, and like later on they kind of rescinded the offer, and they kind of made him look like a bitch. That's gonna be like you gonna have the time very, 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 very high up out of that hole, because they kind of buried my boy. But but after like he turned heel, and like who is he? He beat the shit out of Swerve and made him bleed, I think. And yeah, I think it was that. And like he kind of had like an edge to him, and like he was kind of like being like like little asshole here and there and stuff. I think it was an episode of Collision with Will Ospreay versus him in the Continental Classic. That episode was actually fucking fire. That was a Christmas episode where they was in the Hammerstein Ballroom. That was honestly, that was a great fucking episode of Collisions. Fuck the AEW years, man. They showed out and like they actually had like a great fucking rating. I'm not being an AEW fan, but I'm just saying I watched the episode. Me personally, I enjoyed it. Right, Ricochet, he was kind of showing some edge, and like this was like he was like kind of sort of flirting with turning heel, and like people was throwing like toilet tissue at him in the front of the crowd because it was, this that like man, like I could, bro, like I honestly could say like that was a great episode of Collision. Like when he sat there and took what's his name, Prince Nana's fucking dripped out Pimp Cole, I don't know what to call it. And he like put that man, just took it and like I'm messing with the heel turn. I felt like I could see him and Samantha Irvin as like a heel couple, and like they would get so much fucking heat arguing with fans back and forth on Twitter. I felt like those two would make such a fucking couple on TV. They would get so much fucking heat. I remember watching a clip of Collision when they was in Texas, and Bun B was in the segment, and he was trying out Ricochet was trying out the chill burger. He said the shit was nasty, and like there was Buddy and Buddy was like, everyone thinks it's pretty good. That man go sit down like slam Buddy down on the table and stuff, and Bun B was like, boy, you tripping, man. You doing too much, man. Yeah, I sick dude too, I ain't gonna lie. But Ricochet's heel turn, like the corniness, that little I have Jadakiss ass one V ass nigga saying that. But nah, like the heel turn, like that little thing, it got like a little, he got something going with like that's a heat magnet right there. Like he need, like, there's some room for improvement in his promo game, because he had like a promo tonight, earlier tonight on Dynamite. It was okay, but like Ricochet, it just he just comes off as a comedic heel. I'm not sure that's what he. I'm gonna say that I like where he's going with this heel turn. Like people like pro wrestling fans, like we like to judge something before it plays out, and then we actually end up liking it. Like I remember when the Judgment Day, pun intended, first came out, like first came together. Like people were not jacking that, but then like as time went by, like people was really starting to mess with the Judgment Day, and then like it started the stay was kind of cool.
There's a bunch of the thing is, like, sometimes shit is a slow burn. Everything isn't gonna hit right away. And I think there's darker effect than shit that just hit right on the spot, and it's like you gotta let this shit build sometime, man.
I would say too, since we talk about Ricochet, like I remember when Tony Storm first came back, and people were shitting on the Amnesia storyline they had going on. And I was like, man, like y'all gotta let shit play out, cause like you knew something was off cause like Mariah May just defended her title, I think, and then like Tony Storm's old music hit, and she got a huge ass pop too, and she just came out in her old uniform, her old wrestling gear, and she was just acting as if she was like, all right, like just signed to AEW, and like she was like on Rampage. Like people was like, damn, what the fuck? Like she's on Rampage, like she just returned. Why did you having her on Rampage? And then she was on Collision. What the fuck? Why are y'all having her on Collision when like she should be on the A show Dynamite, since she's a top star? And like then like people would start to realize, oh, it's an Amnesia gimmick and stuff. And then when she made the reveal that she was acting all along, and like why the fuck they didn't have this on Dynamite or a pay-per-view event, but then the same people want to bitch and complain about nothing good happening on Collision.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, you want to sit there and talk about the next topic, which is we could throw a little more AEW in with the next topic. Ricky Saints is his new name. That's gonna get some accustomed to. And NXT. What is your honest opinion on that?
I find it very wild how you would let go the night before, and then the very next day, you're in a WWE program. Like that was wild. That was wild. I would say that. It's kind of like we're for it to make sense in my mind. I feel like he already knew he was being let go. Like they probably already let him know, hey, we're letting you go. And he was like, all right, let me talk to some other promotions. And
Don't forget, that's Cody's boy. He's a Cody Rhodes guy. Yeah. He probably called Cody. Hey, bro, I'm free. Cody called Trips. Hey, Hunter, check this out. Ricky's free. Triple H's called Nick Khan. Hey, check this out, boss. You remember that prospect from AEW I've been wanting? He's free. Yeah, him. Yeah, him. Yeah, give him a call. Nick Khan called Ricky. Hey, I heard you wanna sign with us. Fast and the Furious worse. KSP talking about like a flight to Orlando, like first class flight. Boom. That's all that was. Well, that's in theory, but let me tell you what I think about this. I fucked with Ricky Starks. That Joker could fucking talk, right? Like I feel like he's a great worker. I can't say nothing wrong about his in-ring skill. I feel like he put some swag on it. Like he just got that swagger about him and stuff. Like he kind of comes off. I'm not like I wouldn't say like type vibe going on. And honestly, I really hate when people compare him to The Raw. I really do, because if that's the case, you gotta call out everybody who takes any type of inspiration from like somewhere else.
I do. And same thing. They do the same thing with LA Knight.
Yeah. Pun intended. I didn't not mean to do that. Now, bro, like Ricky Starks is that dude. That man could talk too. I remember him and MJF was having a promo battle, and that man Ricky Starks cooked them. That man said, "Give me a break, partner. Your cheap stoops, your cheap heat." He said the cheap heat part. I was like, bro, that man turned a promo battle into a fucking roast session. I'm like that. If I wasn't a fan of Ricky Starks then, my nigga, I became a fan then and fucking there. And then that nigga Max had to keep rolling the nuts and shit because he was a sore loser. But like that man was spitting facts though. And when he was on Collision, when CM during this, let me say this, the CM Punk era Collision, and no, when CM Punk was running Collision, that shit was actually pretty lit. I remember watching the first couple of episodes. It was actually pretty fucking good. The vibe, the arena, the pace and everything. But Ricky Starks got a lot of exposure on that. And I remember him and CM Punk had a match. I remember him and CM Punk bonding like a really good friendship over the that time in Collision. I remember like Ricky, like there was, I can't remember it top of my head, but Ricky had did something for like their storyline like behind the scenes, and like CM Punk just kind of like just cracked a smile because like he really fucked with it and stuff. So those two like got along pretty well. And like there was like one episode where like that episode with him and Edge, when he kind of cooked Edge on the mic. That was actually pretty. That was a good segment. Until like that kind of went really left really fast and stuff. And I hope well, trying to give a fuck announcement. They're like technically both in different companies now, but AEW fumbled Ricky Starks. That could have been one of your top guys. That you're a top homegrown talent. I was saying that you need to have a strong ratio of guys that you built from the ground up. He could have been one of those guys. Like, yeah, he was at NWA and whatnot before that, but that could have been one of your AEW guys. But he was friends with the wrong people. He was a Cody Rhodes guy. He was a CM Punk guy. So that kind of uh was the writing on the wall for him.
Yeah. I mean, him being in NXT now and WWE, I feel like would do good for his career. It's gonna take. I feel like it's gonna take a minute before he gets to where he needs to get, but I feel like this is a great starting point for his career.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. When I said it should have like some WWE guys, a lot of homegrown talent, and some indie guys. Was it? Yeah. Okay. That's all. No. Okay. But he could have been one of those. He could have been one of those guys that you build a brand on, but they want to fumble him. Like honestly, AEW should just. I wouldn't say stop signing wrestlers, but like you should let your cycle. Excuse me. I'm talking the future. You should let your rosters cycle out a little bit. Release some guys you're not using. Release some guys that don't want to be there. Fuck it if they go to WWE and whatnot. Like you need to get your roster back on track because I know like there's no point in just having all these guys on the roster that just sitting around making a check and not contributing anything. So I will get rid of a lot of people and I will take like 5 or 6 guys like this thing called the SmackDown sticks and just build collision around them. That's what I would do. Like always have cause like there was the SmackDown sticks. You heard that before?
No, I never heard that.
All right, so when Paul Heyman was running SmackDown, there was this group of guys known as the SmackDown Six that he will always have those guys doing stunting. Let me see. Let me look it up real quick. SmackDown Six. Let's see. All right, so the SmackDown Six, it was Edge, Kurt Angle, Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, and Chavo Guerrero. I could have sworn John Cena was in this, but yeah, like all just have like 6 guys always doing something like always like either they're not wrestling, they're always in like some type of segment, they're on commentary, they're doing something on that show to make sure that there's not a week without them like appearing on the show and just have them appear like why have all these wrestlers on the roster if you're not going to do anything with them, which will create situations like a Ricky Starks like leaving for greener pastures, a Penta leaving for greener pastures. It's like especially they like fall out with the wrong people, and apparently there was like some people in management, like some AEW veterans that was like holding Ricky Starks back and didn't want him to do certain things and didn't want him to say certain things for him to stand out, and it was kind of sabotaging him. So I'm kind of glad that my dog we got called Ricky Stinks. Ricky it's gonna get a lot of used to, man. Like Ricky Saints, that's actually a pretty that's actually a cool ass name though. I ain't gonna lie.
It's like you say, you're gonna say some getting used to because we didn't know him as that.
He wanted to show love to his hometown, which like I fucks with. It's just he's just a long list of guys from goddamn all elite wrestling that Tony Khan he signs, and they kind of good for for like a year or two, and then you just drop the ball completely.
Mm-hmm.
So I just hope my dog used. I mean, I just hope my dog is used properly in NXT. I'm actually excited. This is actually gonna get me start watching NXT a lot more, to be honest with you.
I need to watch that shit, bro. Cause
All right, so like I'll try if I don't watch NXT, I'll probably catch like NXT once a month. But I will always try to find time to watch the PLEs. Like I watch No Mercy and I watch goddamn Vengeance Day. And that women's match with Julia, Roxanne Perez, Telly Vicker, and Cora Jade, Like NXT got one hell of a fucking women's division. And just we talking about that real quick, like um when after Ovo Femi defended the NXT title, like some like 4 niggas that like came out and they just like jumped Buddy, and then they sat there and did. I'm sitting there thinking they about to set up for a Shield powerbomb. Nah, they sit there and like kick Buddy out, and then like they throw him at the other 2 dudes, and they powerbomb him. So I was like, holy shit, what the hell did they just do? So like I see a lot of Steel inspiration in that. So I'm seeing what they're gonna do with that. It's just crazy that like the Shield was like once in a generation thing. Like all 3 men of the Shield like went on to become like mega stars. But anyway, you got any closing statements for Ricky Starks being Ricky Stinks being in NXT, sir?
Nah.
All right. You got any more topics you want to talk about before we move on to the final topic, sir?
Yeah. How do you feel about Jey Uso?
All right. So let me talk about that because I was not able to make a follow-up video about no yeet for Jey winning the Rumble. So this is my honest opinion. I'm still in shock that they actually did it because knowing what I know going into the Royal Rumble, you had John Cena's final year before he retired, so he wants to main event WrestleMania. You got Roman Reigns wants to send back to the top of the mountain. You got CM Punk. This could possibly be his last chance to main event WrestleMania. You got Seth Rollins, who wants to do everything he can to stop Roman Reigns from getting the WWE Undisputed Championship again, which is technically still 2 titles. Again, and maybe try to get get a world championship around his waist again. So you have all these guys still their own little character arcs of their particular reasons on why they're trying to win the Royal Rumble. And I was expecting them to give it to one of those guys, and it ended up being Jey Uso to win. So, and people were like upset that it was Jey Uso and not John Cena, and or any of the else of those guys. But the crazy thing is, like, I'm not against it, but it's just like, wow, they actually did it. Some shit, they actually did it.
Of how it was, it felt like it kind of felt like Thanos when he actually made the snap in Infinity War. It was like, oh, he actually did it.
Or Kevin Owens beating John Cena clean. Wow, he actually. So, I'm not against it, but hey, my dog Jey Uso won the Rumble. But like the people who are like crying for like the fake outrage and stuff are the same people that be bitching and moaning about it's always the same guy winning the Rumble. Why can't y'all let someone new win it for once? So shout out to Jey Uso winning the Rumble, but damn, they actually did that shit. So they actually did that shit. So that's my opinion on it. And like wrestling fans, man, like we gotta, like you said earlier, we gotta just let shit play out before we actually sit there and make like brutal ass judgment on something. But and all like we just gotta shut the fuck up sometime and just enjoy the product, man. And just like it's just some damage you do, damage you don't type shit. You just that's why I hate being a wrestling fan sometimes, man. Shit, like when AEW was in Australia, like like there was like some drama with like the tickets and like the venue and like whether or not that it was going to be a pay-per-view or TV event and whatnot. Like they could have made it, a little bit more clearer and stuff. Like shit, like apparently it was a damn good show. Like they packed that bitch out. It was a damn good show. Like I couldn't watch it live because I had to work next day. Yeah, it was supposed to come on at 10:30 after the All-Star game. But like I saw clips of it Monday morning when I woke up. And I was just chilling, watching clips of it. And I was like, damn, that was actually a pretty fucking good, fun show.
No, Jay Uso winning when it was him versus John. Like I said, I'm like, obviously John is gonna win. You know,
Yeah, I thought so too.
when I seen Jay win, I'm like, what the fuck? Because it was like I was confused. I'm like, I'm happy for him, but did it really happen? You know, but it's like I wasn't like upset and mad. I really was just genuinely confused of what the fuck happened.
Yeah, I was like, boy, what the fuck did this happen, bro?
But
But
I will say this. I'm gonna see how it is after the Elimination Chamber, but
This Road WrestleMania ain't hitting the same as it was last year.
yeah, it wasn't. That was all really because of the Raw's big ass ego won the well, I wouldn't say this. But I haven't really been like I said, like I've been like busy and I've been kind of just like focusing on, stuff. So I'm trying to look, be a little more like, like my eyes on what's going on. Even if I don't watch Raw or SmackDown or NXT, I'll at least try to like watch the inserts. But yeah, it's not hitting the same and like the road isn't really I don't know, I can't describe it. Like I don't know, like it's also a good thing that it's very unpredictable. But at the same time, I want it to be unpredictable, but also I don't want it to be like I want it to make sense pretty much.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and start talking about the card on Elimination Chamber. We got there's 4 matches so far. I'm assuming that they're gonna add another match or they're just gonna keep like they're gonna stretch these 4 matches to 5 hours. So I'm going to start from the bottom because we got the 2 Elimination Chamber matches at the top of the list on Wikipedia, but the fourth match, which is the first match we're going to talk about, which is Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens in the unsanctioned match. In the sixth.
Maybe it's me. I don't care for this match. I don't know what it is. It's just nothing is drawing me to it. And I think it's because Kevin Owens' like story right now, it's just like, where is this leading? It just seems like he's being like, I'm upset at this person, so I'm gonna fight them. Oh, but now I'm upset with this person too. It's like it just, I don't know. But I think winning, Sammy.
Well, let me tell you this. Kevin Owens is right when he was mad at Cody.
Oh yeah. I can understand it. That was a great match.
Great series of matches.
Yeah.
When the first one, you would be a sore loser. Like, man, I can't beat you. I'm gonna end you and end your career. And like Kevin Owens is a funny guy unintentionally. He is very high key, slick, funny with what he does. Like honestly, he's been dropping little comedy gems since throughout his whole feud with Cody Rhodes. Like wearing the American Dream merch, that shit was fucking priceless.
yeah. Walk around with that eagle. I'll be at that shit. See,
No man,
You're yeah.
that's his fucking priceless. Number one, we get to see that beautiful ass fucking belt, the fucking sexiest belt in existence. Honestly, only offer tool, I forgot to mention this when we was talking about the Ruthless Aggression era earlier. As a side note, I don't want to deviate too off topic, but the Undisputed Championship at that time is like top 5, one of the best looking belts of all time. If we're gonna talk about belts real quick. But Kevin Owens, when he was sitting there talking about when he wore the son of a security systems technician parody of that shit was fucking funny. No, that episode of SmackDown where he didn't want to come in the arena and he had Michael Cole come out to his car and he told Michael Cole got his car and then he told Michael Cole to come back to the car just so he could roll his window to space.
Now, when he first pulled out that power driver, I was like, "But what the fuck?"
Oh yeah, that was lit. That was lit, bro. Like Kevin Owens is right because like Cody is being phony. Because how the fuck I was beefing with the Bloodline for a good little minute, and then you and me was beefing with the Bloodline together as the Cody Avengers. And I don't think he was part of Cody Avengers. Like it was him, Jey Uso, um, LA Knight. But I remember, bro, it was like one episode of SmackDown where it was like Cody is like split up, and I call them niggas the Cody Avengers ever since. But and Cody's Captain America, obviously. But anyway, now how the hell we gonna we was beefing with the Bloodline, and now like you gonna sit there and team up with them? And how you think that made me feel? Like the fuck? Like I'm married to you, so I feel like he's justified at that part. But I'm keeping a buck with you. Uh, Not digging this match either. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a banger, but we've seen Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. We've seen them kiss and make up pause millions of times already. So we like it just like they don't kiss and make up more times than Triple H, Shawn Michaels, uh John Gargano and goddamn Tommaso Ciampa. I'm trying to think who else turned they back on their tag team partner. Anyway, but
Jeff and Matt Hardy.
oh yeah. It's not believable for they brothers. They gotta see each other every holiday. So what they gonna do? Take it outside and start hitting each other for real, and they're like turkey tails worth. The fuck? Nigga, like the family gonna be like, man, get your like imagine the niggas come in these house for Thanksgiving, and the niggas just like need eye contact and like the whole we made the joke, and like they like take it outside, and then like they see their pre-turkey table and they dad come outside. All right, you boys, that's a no, get your asses in, get some of this turkey.
I was about to say, why they never did a skit like how Triple H pulled up on Randy Orton? But they're like, man, I swear, when I was younger, I thought that shit was so real, bro. I'm like, bro, he's actually at his house.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. When we was sitting there talking about the Ruthless Aggression era, I wanted to sit there and talk about when he started realizing what wrestle was fake. But hey, that's a conversation for another day. So AOD, the next match, Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus versus Nia Jax and Candice LeRae.
Tiffany's winning.
Shout out to Trish Stratus.
Yeah, I don't think Tiffany's gonna lose that belt if she does lose it.
No, it's a tag team match.
Oh shit. Yeah, Tiffany, she's still winning out of the way.
Man, let me just say this, bro. Like ever since Nia Jax came back, like she has gotten a lot better in the ring. She's still down a little bit. I mean, like,
Stop the shit on her. I don't. I have no problem with her.
I mean, no, like Nia Jax was. You talking about her in-ring skills or her appearance? I mean, because like Nia Jax was never an ugly woman. She's a very attractive woman. She's a very attractive woman, and she's a lot of woman.
I say both. Like, since she came back, like I said, her wrestling and everything, I have no problem with. I know.
Yeah, like she's like used and shit, but
She even doing it now.
Yeah, she has been like she has been solid ever since coming back though. Like I like her like her getting released and like I guess taking time off, like get off the road and whatnot and stuff. I guess like when she like is slowly improving in the ring, because I think she was preparing for like going to indies and stuff whatnot. But yeah, like I dig Nia Jax's like recent in-ring work since coming back, and like I really dig the feud with her and Nia Jax. How like we were like like she was teasing whether or not she was going to cash in her Money in the Bank, which was like her briefcase, little purse thing. That shit stoops the fuck out of Tiffany Stratton.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. Did she get a custom WWE championship or women's championship?
I don't think so. Because I feel like me personally, like certain wrestlers should be able to get that. If their match is done.
I'm about to see you a picture of. All right, so there was like this picture of Tiffany Stratton holding a paint strap WWE women's championship, and that shit was so fucking clean. Like it suits her fucking character, and I can't find that image. Let me see. Paint strap. That shit just looks so. It looked clean, and it was like, damn, bro, that is fucking Tiffany Stratton. I cannot find that.
Wrestlers should definitely get that
Oh, I found it.
customizable thing.
I found it, but I'm trying to find the picture where that shit just looks so clean on her shoulder. I cannot find it. But no, I agree. Like I feel like wrestlers, they should be able to have like a custom version of a belt over a certain period of time. Honestly, I would prefer that over the the uh the side straps. Cause like
I'm not gonna lie, I know a lot of people hate it, but Daniel Bryan with his custom WWE championship, that wooden one,
That shit was fire though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I fuck with it. Like it's this dude I found on TikTok, and he has like pretty much all the wrestling belts, and he collects them and trades them and all this type of shit. And he has the wooden Daniel Bryan one, and of course it's like worth so much now since WWE's not making it anymore. But looking at it, it's like that shit fire. The blue gems with the wooden and the cloth. I'm like, yeah.
oh yeah, like that shit is fucking creative as hell. Like that was like Daniel Bryan, that little brief heel run, that shit was fire.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was fucking fire. But so shout out to Daniel Bryan, but anyway, uh, my my pick to win this match. Well, first of all, like I said, shout out to Trish Stratus. That like she is women's wrestling royalty. So I'm hoping both the women with whose first and last name start with T and S beat Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. I don't know, that's something about like Candice LeRae has not been clicking with me, but like I'm kind of glad that they're sticking her with Nia Jax right now.
Yeah.
That give her some character. So we wouldn't get that with Candice LeRae. Like I'm mad that they fired Indy Hartwell. Like her and Candice could have still been a great tag team for their women's tag division. But hey, I'm just a guy on the internet. What the hell I know about professional wrestling? And like they could like that could have just been a tag team. But hey, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. You ready to move on to the next match?
Yep.
All right, we got Liv Morgan, your wife, girlfriend, whatever you want to call her, your girl, versus versus Bianca Belair versus Alexa Bliss. Good Lord, I haven't watched SmackDown since she has returned. Shout out to Alexa Bliss, man. Versus Bayley, shout out to Bayley, versus Naomi, shout out to Naomi, and Roxanne Perez. Shout out to all the women in this match, actually. For the elimination tier match for the Women's World Championship match at WrestleMania 41. So, who you got your pick to win is not going to be your girl?
Well, Bianca's my wife. So, I want Bianca to win.
Does Montez Ford know about this, sir?
We'll worry about that later. But, yeah, I want Bianca to win, but I know she's probably not going to win. Out of everybody, I see Liv, to be honest.
Let me see. Who's the women's champion right now? It's Rhea Ripley, women's world champion.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, it's going to be so they're probably going to go with Liv Morgan versus Rhea.
Well, I don't want to see. Yeah, but either I don't want to see that.
So because I remember he was talking about that SummerSlam a couple months ago. I was here talking about like how that damn 2-time and Dominic gonna sit there. What's that? Yeah, I was SummerSlam. That damn 2-time and still bitch Dominic gonna sit there and leave Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley is a gorgeous woman too. That golf girl again. Yeah, she is a really gorgeous woman too. Shout out to Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, shout out to her.
Yeah, like
Her man. But hey, it is what it is.
you been Chris Buddy Murphy. Buddy Murphy saying all that trash. I saw Buddy Murphy though, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Host
They're a great couple. I actually like them together.
yeah. But yeah, it seems that Liv Morgan's gonna probably come out on top with this. She's gonna win she's gonna win the Elimination Chamber match. I feel like I feel like they're probably still gonna go with Bianca Belair versus Jade at WrestleMania. I mean I could be wrong because I haven't seen SmackDown the past couple weeks and whatnot, but I remember like a couple of months ago, like it seemed like they were like going like they were like Bianca Belair was trying her hardest not to get a tag team match rematch for the women's tag team titles. And she just kept like blowing it off with Jade and stuff. So I want to say they're still doing some type of thing with Bianca versus Jade at WrestleMania. I want Alexa Bliss to have a nice program leading up to WrestleMania, but like I don't see her winning this. Not like now that it seems that they're probably gonna go a little Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. Bailey, shout out to Bailey. That she is women's royalty of this new generation. I don't know. I just feel like I feel like they're probably gonna go with Bailey versus Roxanne at WrestleMania probably because those two been feuding lately.
Yeah,
And Bailey was in the what's the match Bailey was in? Goodness gracious, my memory is fire, dude. Because Bailey was in a match with Roxanne Perez at Vengeance Day. Let me look that up real quick. Vengeance Day. Let's see. What match was Bailey and with Roxanne Perez, and they've been feuding for like a couple of weeks now. Honestly, I didn't even watch NXT more. I really like the whole aesthetic of it. Bailey. I know I ain't tripping. I know Bailey was on this card somewhere. Okay, I wasn't even looking at the right one. That was last year's Vengeance Day card. Let's see. Oh yeah, it was the fair four-way match. Julia, Bailey, Roxanne Perez, and Cora Jade. Yeah, like Julia ended up winning. So it's and there was Bailey. She was really targeting Roxanne Perez in the match, but then Roxanne and her former friend Cora Jade was like targeting was like really going at it with each other. Like shout out to Roxanne Perez, her little cute petite stuff. But anyway, yeah, Liv Morgan's gonna win this match. They're going to WrestleMania for the face Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship. That's the part of the thing that makes the most sense. From long term storytelling. All right, so you ready for the very last match in the card, the main event? John Cena versus CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre versus Logan Paul versus Damian Priest versus Seth freaking Rollins. They ain't who's Logan Paul. I also have the Miz to SmackDown.
you said have they what? Logan Paul?
I didn't know Logan Paul was in this chamber.
Yeah,
Holy shit!
he was alright. You're ashamed, ain't it? Yep, he was. That's my Randy Orton RKO'd him.
And what is your opinion on Logan Paul?
I feel like he's a good investor, and I feel like him in WWE, I like the heel role he takes. Like he's just being himself, and since he's already not liked, it works for him. And it's kind of like you hate to like him because it's like you want to not like him, but then when you see his in-ring skills, it's like, damn, I can't help but like him because he actually does.
He did play a good match.
Yeah.
I'll be real with you.
I feel like he shouldn't be like going really big on toe to toe with like certain stars like him versus Roman Reigns in Saudi Arabia. Was it Night Champion? Akron. Yeah, like he should have had that much offense on Roman Reigns. Like that made him look way too strong against Roman Reigns. I mean, like you could make it look as if like Roman Reigns underestimated him, and he kind of got like a lead on him, but that's when like whoa, like Roman Reigns like slow his brakes and stuff. You can make it look like that, but while not making Logan Paul look too dominant. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know Damien. Oh, sorry, Bert.
No, but I'm about to say I got John Cena winning that, and I just want John Cena to win, man. I'm sorry.
I don't allow this. Let's see. It's Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest and Seth freaking Rollins. First of all, Drew McIntyre, he actually had one hell of a year last year. Like, he technically won some shit last year. Like, he really had a really good year, even though it was short-lived. He still got those accolades on his belt. Like, he had a feud with CM Punk, and then he had the World Heavyweight title, and then CM Punk made him lose it. I think someone cashed in their Money in the Bank briefcase on him at WrestleMania last year. Was it?
Yeah. That was Damian Priest.
Oh yeah. So Damian Priest cashed it in on him, and then
The CM Punk blew the kiss.
Yeah, and then he won Money in the Bank, and he won the title. I'm trying to think. Did he cash it in that Money in the Bank?
Yeah, cashed it in. Yeah. Well,
Oh, he didn't. He didn't win the title. I don't think. Did he?
Who?
Drew McIntyre.
No, he did. He did because, like I said, that's when Damian Priest came out at WrestleMania and cashed it in on him, and that's when,
I'm talking about winning it for you.
Yeah, I'm talking about when Drew won Money in the Bank, right?
Yeah. No. Did I don't think did you cash this shit in?
Let me see your front.
Yeah, I don't recall.
Guys, so much has happened in so little time. Let's see. Yeah, Drew McIntyre, he won Money in the Bank. And I'm trying to see, did he? Yeah, he tried to cash it in the Damian Priest Seth Rollins match, and then let me see. I think Punk did cause some interference. I can't remember. Because I remember I didn't see all the Money in the Bank because I remember my internet was off. But yeah, it'll be like that, man. But my internet ain't never coming back off. But I literally just paid my whole fucking internet bill for the month before this podcast. I'm like, man, I'm just gonna go ahead and pay this whole shit. Fuck it. I'm gonna get this bill out the way to put some money away. But anyway, my GOAT John Cena. I need to get a John Cena shirt, man. I'm on mark for John Cena. I don't be fucked, bro. Like, yeah, like
What's that John Cena shirt like where it's like it look like it's a digital version of him in the game? Oh, that one I want.
I gotta get my damn wrestling swag back up, man. I don't find all my CM Punk shirts, man. Like, I can't find that Grave Best in the World shirt. I don't know where the hell I did with it. But I had
I got a black one. I use that. I normally wear it to the gym, and I got one John Cena shirt. I think it's the one from like 2010. To be honest,
I got a Shinsuke Nakamura shirt. I got an NWA shirt. I got a Hulkamania shirt. I got the yellow GTS CM Punk shirt. I got I got I got like 4 CM Punk shirts. I got a Macho Man Randy Savage shirt somewhere. I got a WrestleMania 4 shirt somewhere. I want a Stone Cold Steve Austin shirt.
I got a Stone Cold one. I got a it's the what shirt. I got a SmackDown Hotel from The Rock shirt. uh, I got a Rey Mysterio one, and I got an Undertaker one.
I got I forgot, I got like a Wolfpack NWO shirt as well, and I got the original Bullet Club shirt, and I got the Bullet Club Gold shirt with Jay White's faction in AEW. But yeah, I'm going for John Cena, my GOAT, winning this match too as well. Because this is his last chance to go to WrestleMania. I feel like they're going to find some way to get CM Punk into WrestleMania this year.
Yeah,
Like
I'm not gonna lie, like he deserves it. Only for the shit they pulled on him years ago.
I agree. Like, cause like at the time when like CM Punk was like red hot, that's when he should have won. That's when he should have uh like main event of WrestleMania. Like the Raw should have not. They should have not won. Put the title on the Raw, and they should like they should have like that. The Rock versus John Cena. You did not need the WWE Championship for that. So I feel like like even though that match was still overshadowed wherever CM Punk was had going on. Like he should like like they're like CM Punk should have main evented WrestleMania years ago. So I'm trying to figure out what they're gonna do. Either they gotta squeeze in like some niggas like and like the main event match for the WWE Undisputed Championship. Like make it a 4, like a 4-man, 5-man, like do something. Like, cause like they all have they all have a story. Like John Cena, like wants to, like win his 17th title. I forgot to mention that. His interest in being in the Royal Rumble. CM Punk, he wants the main event. Like he just wants the main event WrestleMania. Roman Reigns, he. I thought they were going to go with Roman Reigns versus The Rock. That could have been his program at WrestleMania.
I knew that shit was over once the first Monday Night Raw on Netflix. When The Raw cut that promo, I was like,
Yeah. No, man, that's some bullshit because like it just like watered down like the high stakes of it was last year because like first night felt like Infinity War, second night felt like Endgame. So like and like you don't beat Cody's ass to make this man bleed, wants to then call his mama out, like you done did the most to get heat, and then you gonna sit there. It was like some anime doing shit. Like he sat there and made he was the fighter boss. Yeah, sat there and made like the protagonist of Life of Living Hell all this fucking time, and then like you finally like beat him and stuff like that, and then like he like your biggest fan now. That shit crazy. But like, cause I was thinking that it was like that the Rock was telling Solo what to do behind the scenes, like as the tribal chief.
yep.
And he wanted to.
But they could have went somewhere else in the story so much, and they just did not.
Yeah, man. That's what I thought was going on because I was like, damn, that would have been kind of cool, and like, that could like like build some frustration like with Roman Reigns versus The Rock.
Because that could have been on some like with the Avengers. Remember at the end when Loki lost against the Avengers and then Thanos had his little end credit scene and he was like, "Fine, I'll do it myself." It could have been like like with The Rock, like, damn, you couldn't take care of Roman. Fine, I'll come back and do it myself.
Exactly. And like so now like it's probably gonna be Solo versus Jacob at WrestleMania.
I think what confused them was wanting to see if Roman wanted to go back and get his title.
Yeah.
So I feel like if they was like, oh, well, Roman versus The Rock, that can't work because Roman still wants his title back. He just can't give up on that. Which, even though me personally, I feel like you should have gave up on that. Like, I love Roman Reigns, but I feel like that title reign, I feel like Roman does not need a title to be who he is.
I agree. I feel like that was his defining world title run.
Yeah.
Because like when you're like when you're, I feel like if you're world's like if you're gonna be a main event guy, your first world championship reign is not gonna be your best, and it's not gonna be the longest. Pause. But that's okay because you're gonna wear more titles down the line. Yeah, it's perfectly fine. And like someone should have like a long ass fucking title reign. You could do like 9 to 10 months with the title. You could do a year. Like you could do like probably like 9 months, 9-10 months tops and stuff, and like give it to the next guys. Like, but I feel like you should like having the title for too long. It just kind of robs guys who could be a top a world champion, a top so they can have like a world championship reign, just you get what I'm saying. But they could have did so much with they could have did so much with this story, but like it's the build for WrestleMania 41 is kind of mad now because like I was just anticipating like them like really like building up that fucking story.
Yeah. I was expecting the same thing, but I mean, we'll see how WrestleMania is looking. It could change after Elimination Chamber. It could change. Now, my thing is with Cody's story right now, it just seems like it seems kind of everywhere, but not at the same time.
I mean, like his title reign was pretty solid. You think so far?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like Cody, I don't think put on bad matches. Like I know some people are like, oh, his matches are boring. I don't mind a Cody Rhodes match.
I think they're dramatic as hell.
Yeah.
Let me say this too. Like I feel like like there was like a lot of stuff that Cody did in AEW that was just really just it was cringe as fuck. It was cringe as hell, and it was just doing too much for the sake of doing too much. And Brandy Rose, boy, boy, Brandy Rose had fucking go away heat. That's gorgeous that woman and stuff. But like it just I wasn't a big fan of Brandy Rose and well like the whole Cody verse debacle on AEW where like it just seemed that everything Cody was doing was just man. And like he was just getting like the craziest heat, like niggas was pulling the shit out of Cody. That nigga threw his belt in the crowd, and it was like John Cena at ECW No Night Stand. Hell, they threw it back in the ring. I was like, Jesus Christ, like that man had heat,
Mm-hmm.
like, and like honestly, if Cody decided to stay in AEW and it wasn't a shit show and he decided just to like if it wasn't a shit show and Cody and like they never said that Cody could never challenge for the AEW championship and he was able to become the AEW champion, I feel like Cody Rhodes would have stayed in AEW and like they would like so much would have changed. But if he would have turned heel, he would have been the biggest heel on the roster. Like he could.
I think Cody, what kind of fucked him up, and it's not his fault, was we know that you work with the organization itself. So you having this title feels like it was given to you, even though I personally feel like Cody actually made it look like Cody actually fought for it. Like, it wasn't like he just was given the title. Like, here you go. It was like, nah, I'm fighting for this title and I'm gonna get this title and I'm gonna defend this title. But when people know that you have stake in this, like, stock in this organization, it's kind of like how people look at The Rock. Like, it's like, oh, you can come in and do what you want, even though that really wasn't what Cody was doing. People are gonna look at it that way, so that's why they start to boo him. Because Cody really isn't doing much different in WWE that he was doing in AEW, with it kind of defending the title and everything. The only difference is people just know Cody has no say so in this organization, and they at least know, like, hey, you're under Triple H instead of you, your own boss.
I agree. And plus, like, you love AEW because he didn't want to be a 15-time TNT champion.
Yeah.
But I feel like they could have did something though. They could have like said that, hey, like, if you do this, that, and the third, you can compete for the AEW championship again. But I feel like his chance, like his race for the AEW championship, like, I felt like that was like it should have been like a long and tedious road for him to get to the world title. That's just me. But like I would it could have just AEW could have did so much more stuff, something so much. They could have did so much better in these 5 years and whatnot. Like going back to what you said about them hiring ex-WWE wrestlers. I'm not against it, but like I said, like they should like them being around for 5 years. They should have had a little bit more like homegrown like talent that could stand on their own 2 feet. Well, they did, but they're all in WWE now.
Yeah.
Well, closing statements. We're gonna wrap up this podcast. The first episode of Pull Apart Part. With the Survivor Series. Oh, excuse me. The Elimination Chamber. I'm so tired. We're recording this at 12:13 a.m. And like the closing statements. You got anything to say? Conflicts.
No, not really. I guess shit. I just hope my boy John Cena win. I will be upset if he doesn't.
I'm just hoping it's gonna be a damn good show. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah.
That's all I'm asking. Well, I'm gonna end the pod with that, you guys. I'm NWOK. That's my boy Complex. Stay tuned, stay lit, and stay wavy. Peace.